Hey y'all, I have been getting in gardening whenever I can get it in, and that means that sometimes I'm kind of rushing just to do little things a little bit at a time. But I got a little bit more done today, so I finally thought to pick up the camera and record. And so I'm gonna put these eggplants out here in this bed that I cleaned up. And also there's a pepper in this group. I did plant some things prior to this in a different bed, and I'll show that later. All right, this first one is the Rosita eggplant, which I haven't tried before. I want to try something different than the Black Beauty. Black Beauty is the only thing I've grown in the past. But first, I want to quickly show the cleanup for this bed. It was filled with weeds. I did have some bunching onions in here also, and they are still in there. I decided to go ahead and take them out. There was also some volunteer chamomile. They got really big in there and lush, big and lush. But all of that is coming out now. If you look closely, you'll see there are so many bugs in there. I have this sped up 7+ times normal, and it just looks like a whole little metropolis of bugs living in this bed. Anyway, I did also add 155 quart bag of soil into this bag, and I watered it down before I started transplanting plants into this bed. Here I'm just cleaning out as much as I can, plastic dough, plastic labels, any kind of root masses I see, just to prep the soil for transplanting for the new season. All right, so back to transplanting the eggplants. I just dig a little hole for them and pop them in there. This one is a Black Beauty. They should have went outside a few weeks ago, but better late than never. And this one is also a Black Beauty. I think I have about 3 more eggplants out in the garden, so a total of 6 of them. 2 have been out, 1 I put out earlier today before I decided to start recording. Now this 2-foot tall, long rectangular bed, I still need to amend. I need to amend the soil before I start adding things into it. All right, so this last plant that I brought out to put in here is a sunbright pepper. It's a bell pepper shaped pepper, but it has a little heat to it. If I don't have my peppers confused from last year, because I did get my labels mixed up. But I think they're the sunbright, and they were good, really good. I'll be reusing these cups later. Now this is what I did about 30 minutes prior. Have a cucumber mixed in with a lot of different peppers, and I also did some sunflowers out here. I was trying to separate the sunflowers, but finally decided to just pop them in. So I was watering these in, and I decided to go ahead and go and get some flowers and put them out here. So I got the nasturtiums and some sunflowers. And the nasturtiums get a little big from what I've seen. I've only seen them on Yellow Door Urban Homestead. And that's why I wanted them. I love how they look in Asia's garden. So I decided to separate these. They're gonna get a little large and just take a risk. I've separated I separated a lot of plants today when I normally wouldn't. Like the peppers, I separated those. So I'm separating this one into 3 and just hope and pray that they all make it. I think I got enough of a root mass with all of them to give them a good chance of survival rate. So we'll know for sure in a few days, maybe even by tomorrow. But I think they'll be fine. I just hope I space them out enough because I'm not sure how big it's actually gonna get. And then the sunflowers, I split them up when I put them in the other bed over there. Well, I started to split them up and I decided not to because they've been in here. I should have put them out a while ago. And so I decided to just keep them together, and that will give them the best chance of survival. So I'm just gonna pop them in the middle, and hopefully it'll be a nice, beautiful mass of sunflowers in a few weeks. I also have some other flowers inside that I planted one seed in a cell, so it'll be easier to plant them out. And I want flowers all over the garden, not just in one place. So I'm just gonna water everything in. Just knocking them over, but they'll bounce back up tomorrow, especially when the sun comes up. So this is what I still have indoors. This kind of struggling looking tomato. This is a Cherokee Purple. I'm still gonna stick it in the ground, see how it does. I have moringa, which this like my 3rd attempt. I have a chickpea finally sprouting, one of them. The other plant that I thought was a chickpea was actually a cushaw, and it's outside. I also have some pole beans and some sugar baby watermelons that I need to hurry up and get outside. So this stuff needs to be going outside this weekend. I just gotta figure out where I'm gonna stick these. Either create a spot or stick them somewhere in a bed that's already ready. I have several more tomatoes to put out, melons to put out, and then the flowers, like I said. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching.